The UK government is coming for ISIS, and I'm afraid that is not speculation. It's already happening. Over the past year, we've seen a series of changes and scrap proposals that show ISIS are firmly in the government's sights. ISIS have become a cornerstone for tax-free savings for millions of Brits. But as the government faces mounting fiscal pressure, these tax-free perks are under threat. Before we dive into the future, let's look at what's already changed. These aren't just rumours, there have been real shifts in ISA rules over the past year that signal more reforms could be on the way. First, we had the British ISA being scrapped. In the 2024 spring budget, former Chancellor Jeremy Hunt proposed a British ISA, which would have allowed savers an additional £5,000 in tax-free savings allowance to invest in the UK exits. However, Labour have scrapped this plan in October 2024, calling it overly complex and ineffective at boosting investments in UK companies. While this might seem like a win for simplicity, it also removes a potential benefit for savers. Next, we know that ISA allowances have been frozen until 2030. The annual ISA allowance of 20k has been frozen until at least 2030. This effectively reduces its value over time due to inflation. The same freeze applies to lifetime ISAs, which are worth £4,000, and junior ISAs worth £9,000. This decision locks savers into current limits whilst their purchasing power erodes due to inflation. Number 3, we've had rule changes for flexibility. From April 2024, savers gained more flexibility when it came to ISAs. You can now pay into multiple ISAs of the same type within a single tax year. Partial transfers between providers are now allowed. The requirement to reapply for dormant ISAs has been removed. And whilst these changes make ISAs easier to use, they also pave the way for potential simplifications that could reduce benefits even further. And finally, we also know that the lifetime ISA is under review. The Treasury is actually reviewing whether lifetime ISAs, LISAs, are still fit for purpose. With their restrictive rules and earlier withdrawal penalties, LISAs have faced criticism over the years, and some experts believe that they could be scrapped altogether. These moves suggest that while ISAs remain popular, they're no longer untouchable for the government. Now that we know the government is already tinkering with the ISA system, let's talk about what could happen next. First, we have a potential lifetime cap on ISA savings. Labour had previously floated the idea of a lifetime cap on ISA savings, potentially setting this at 500k. And whilst this might sound quite generous, it would actually penalise long-term savers who benefit from compound growth, especially in a stocks and shares ISA. Critics also argue that this would discourage savings and create unnecessary complexity. And just to put this into perspective, it's estimated that there are around 42,000 people in the UK who have ISA balances over 500k. So this will actually impact a significant number of people if it's changed. Next, we also have the potential of annual allowances being reduced. There has been speculation that the 20k annual limit could be reduced for cash ISAs, whilst also increasing the allowance for stocks and shares ISA to encourage investment in UK equities. This shift could push risk-averse savers towards riskier investments, a move that would not suit everyone. We've also heard that there might be a merging of ISA types. So there have been proposals to merge cash ISAs and stock and shares ISAs into a single product. The aim of this is to simplify the system, but it could limit flexibility for savers who prefer to separate their cash savings from their investments. So at number 4, there are also potential reforms to lifetime ISAs. This could include things such as possible changes to raising the property price cap, which is currently set at 450k, removing withdrawal penalties, or also scrapping LISAs altogether. So, if you're like me, you're probably pretty annoyed about this, and you're probably thinking, why is this happening? First, the government is under immense pressure to balance their books. Tax-free saving accounts like ISAs cost the Treasury an estimated £5 billion annually in lost revenue, so quite a significant sum.
There is a budget coming in October, and it's going to be painful.
Labour also pledged a painful budget where those with broader shoulders could bear more of the burden, making higher value ISA holders an easy target for this. And at the same time, the number of people opening cash ISAs jumped by 10% in the last year. We also witnessed 12.5 million people subscribe to an ISA in 2022 to 2023. This placed £72 billion into these accounts, a clear sign of their popularity. But as most people use their ISAs to shield their wealth from taxes, the government may see them as too costly to maintain in their current form. If these changes do go ahead as expected, here are how some different groups could be affected. First, for the high net worth individuals, a lifetime cap would limit how much you can grow your investment portfolio tax-free. Secondly, for young savers, changes to the license might alter your plans with buying a home or saving for retirement. At number 3, for risk-averse savers, reduced cash ISA allowances could push you towards risk investments like stocks and shares ISAs. And at number 4, for everyday savers, merging ISA types or linking tax benefits to UK investments could restrict your options and flexibility. To protect yourself from the potential changes, first, max out your allowance. Use as much of your 20k annual limit as possible before reforms take effect. Secondly, think about diversifying your savings. Spread your money across different types of ISAs. Cash ISAs for safety and stocks and shares ISAs for growth. This will help you to hedge against policy shifts. Number 3, and this is probably the most important, stay informed. Keep an eye on government announcements about ISA reforms so that you can act quickly if needed. On this point, it's probably worth subscribing to this channel because I plan to give you these updates as they come through. So, unfortunately, the writing is on the wall. The government is coming for ISAs, whether it's lifetime caps or reduced allowances. These changes could reshape how we save and invest in the UK. But here is the good news. You do still have time to prepare. By maximising your contributions now and diversifying your strategy, you can protect your savings from whatever comes next. So, what do you think to these changes? Are they necessary? Are they a step too far? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on managing your money in an ever-changing world. Thanks for watching. See you next time, my friends.